don't enter one chance, I swear, oh, now go with the go so. Herdsmen, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Who be that? I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jealous. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It is very close at the film. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it up. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
Kiwe wesu garani orianya nine oria nine nke pụrịta kwasa mmadụ dị ndụ n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye na-agwọ ọrịa ka anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị onwe gị bụ simele nke ndị agha ka igwe mere anyị ebere ka akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka ude nke anyị na-asụ wee bịa n'iru gị ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee guzosi ike ka anyị wee n'ikpeta maazị nye ha sọgotụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'ebighị ebi mara n'ebighị ebi ise mma mma dịrị gị Chineke mama dịrị gị Chineke eziokwu hapụ onye ọzọ eme ihe ọzọ ihe nyere anyị obi si ike ịma na ha ga-adarịrị na restructuring bụ a gara buri akpacha ya abata agasa agago constitutional conference mbụ gaa nke abụọ gaa nke atọ ihe niile ekwuchara na ihe a ga-eme onweghị nke mere mgbe a lụchara gasị na restructuring rehabilitation and reconciliation otu ahụhụ n'ezi onweghị nke mere eme ile ka obodo ekwensu ọ bụ Naijiria si akpa agwa ma ọ bụ ndị na-achị achị si akpa agwa ị ga-ahụ na ha abụghị ndị na-ekweta n'ihe ekwu ha na-ekwu ofu ha ma na-eme ọzọ ọ ka ndụ ha si dị o mekọta ya n'ụwa ha ekweta ka eme restructuring ihe a bụ ihe m gwara ndị ọha na eze kama ha agha m ntị n'obi ọ gara m ha agwa na restructuring ha na-achọ na ọ gaghị enwe isi esi ọnwụ si na ihe ha chọrọ msa unu gosi m restructuring unu were ya wetara m ya tupu unu gwa m sị m hapụ Biafra m na-eme ka ebe restructuring nọ taa Biafra mana ejighị n'aka kama tupu agha ha n'ala dịka ndị Awụsa na Fulani si wee kposa ha n'ala a gwara ha sị ha unu gaa n'igwe na-agbasa ozi unu gaa kọtọ Nnamdi Kanu unu gaa kọtọ IPOB ka ihe ndị Awụsa gwara ọhaneze bịa n'igwe na-agbasa ozi bịa kọtọ IPOB kọtọ m ekwere ha nkwa ma ha sị unu kọtọcha ha ga-enye unu restructuring ha pụta kọtọcha anyị ha wetara restructuring
biko kamgbe ahụ ihe dị etu a na-eme a maara na kamgbe nne Nwodo batara nwere ihe dịka obere ihe mgbanwe n'ebe ọhaneze
ekenego m ya agara m ugboro abụọ nke izizi n'ọhịa ọ nọ na Amerịka nkapụ ọzọ mmiri ya nwa ụkwa anyị na-ese nna ka ọwụ ebe ọ na-akwara igwe rubere ya isi kama ihe nna agwa ha wụ ha hapụ ị na-eso ndị Awụsa na ndị Fulani nwe uru ha bara anyị anya na-ekwu ekwusi ike ị na-eme ọhaneze ime ọhaneze anyị kwara anyị ugwu rubere ya isi na ịwa ọhaneze ọwa ọhaneze nke ndị Awụsa si egosi bịazi anyị kedu ọhaneze bụ nke asị ọzọ arịwa ọhaneze ka anyị na-eme ebe a ka ezigbo ọhaneze ka anyị na-eme Awụsa si egosi si gị bịa kọtọ ihe IPOB na-eme pụta kọtọ ugboro lekwa ka ọhaneze na-agwa arịwa si akọtọ ụmụaka ha na Awụsa na Fulani anya ha ntị n'obi ọ gwara sọsọ ndị Igbo ka ọ na-eme onye Fulani kpọọ ha n'ekwentị si ha ngwụrụ ga akọtọ ụmụnne unu ha kọtọ ebutere ha ego n'Enugu ha na-akụgharị igwe niile na-agbasa ozi ekwu mpụ niile gbasara IPOB ihe anyị na-eme a sị m ha nọrọ n'Enugu ha kwụsịrị na-aga Abuja ha nọrọ n'Enugu na-eme ihe ha na-eme n'Enugu ka anyị ha nkwado n'Enugu ọwụ tupu ikwu okwu ige ihe ala ha ji ga-agwa gị ga ikwu ịdịta chọrọ onwe ha nwee obi nke ha kwuo okwu ha kwuru n'okwu ha kwuru eluigwe agaghị ada nwe ihe ga-eme ha kwuo okwu ha eguzo ebe ha nọ kwuo okwu ahụ siri ihe ihe ga-emerịrị ọwụ ikwuchi okwu ala ha ji kpọọ gị n'elekere anya nọ n'ehihie ikwuori ihe ọzọ a sị anyị ka anyị gagharị ana m ajụ ọhaneze sị ya kedu restructuring ji nata isi m tụfuo elegha nke ahụ Biafra isi m tọgbọ nke ka inye m nke a restructuring isi m tọgbọ nke ka inye m nke a m na-asị gị nna ekwu ka m jiri ogodo nke tupu m hụ nke isi m were nọchi anya ya isi m mba m lụfuo ya n'ihe ndị Awụsa kwuru mgbe na elufugo m ya Biafra unu agaghị weta ya restructuring onwe nke eji anyị gbazi aka na-arịọ ha ngwa unu menere anyị ebere unu chọrọ anyị nwe obere restructuring ebe a ma ebe ọzọ ọ bụ ihe anyị chọrọ ọ ka esi achị obodo ka m na-achọ.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this evening program, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this evening section of our program. As we always do, we have come again to extend our program in the evening for those who cannot be able to join us in the morning, and also some events that we were able to capture during the morning times. We come in the evening and we talk about them. Wherever you are joining us from, wherever you are connecting from, please kindly like and share the program. Like and share the program. When you're liking and sharing, you are not just doing me a favor, you are doing yourself a favor. If you are genuinely a Biafran. If you are not a genuine Biafran, it's a different ball game. You might be thinking that by sharing, you are doing it for me. By promoting the platform, you think you are promoting me. You are not promoting me, you are promoting Biafra. It is about Biafra. And if you are interested in Biafra, if you are part of this collective interest to make sure that Biafra stands, you have to share this program, invite someone to share. Don't watch alone. Invite somebody to join you and watch. We have come. It is weekend. And I know so many of us are busy during the weekend. It is only time some of us have to rest and relax. It is a time that some of us have to be with our families. It is a time that some of us have to attend to certain issues that is bothering us. But at the same time, those of us who are in the media, in the cause of Biafra, we don't have a break. We don't have a break. It is from Monday till Monday. We continue to speak on the issue of Biafra to make sure that the voice of the Biafran people is not silenced. At every given opportunity, no matter how busy we are, we will continue to preach this gospel and preach this message until the whole world hears us and hear us clear. We are not afraid of what they are doing. We are not afraid of their attitude. We are not discouraged. We are not afraid or discouraged with number of the people we see watching us. We are not discouraged with number of people who are still standing firm in the pursuit of Biafra. That will not discourage. We are not afraid. We are not disappointed by the judgment we saw on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are not disappointed by that, and we will never be disappointed. Instead, that judgment gave us more strength. That judgment gave us more strength. That judgment made us to stand much more stronger than we are before. That judgment gave us a reason to continue to ask for our freedom. And this judgment is supposed to help you, those of you who are not joining. Because of this government, this very judgment, you are supposed to join now. There is no other time. There's no other time much more better to join the cause of Biafra than now. If you have not been in this cause before, after seeing what transpired in the court, after watching the drama that was displayed in the court, you are supposed to be much more interested in the cause of Biafra than you have ever been. And that is the truth. Except you are not serious. Except you are talking about Biafra for another personal interest or you have another motive. But if you are genuinely speaking about Biafra for the sake of our freedom, this is the time you have to stand strong, tighten your belt more, and do more things than you have ever done before. So I welcome everyone that have joined us this evening. And I want to remind you that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come to this platform to preach hate. We do not come to this platform to attack individuals. We don't come here to attack anybody. All we do here is to promote the cause of Biafra. All we do here is to preach Biafra. All we do is to make sure that Biafra is not forgotten, to make sure our name is not silenced, to make sure that our voice is heard, to call the attention of the international communities, to call attention of those that still have conscience, because there are men of conscience everywhere in all parts of the world. You cannot deny that. There are still good men out there. There are good men in the United Kingdom. There are good men in the United States. There are good men in Russia. There are good men in Israel. There are good men in all parts of the world you can think about, including those who are our enemies. There are some people there that has conscience that are good. And that is why it is important that we continue to speak and speak and speak. It takes one man to change the whole thing. It takes the sacrifice of one man, the move of one man to turn everything around. That is why we will never give up. We will continue and continue to do what we have to do. Continue to speak. Continue to speak on top of our voices. Continue to do everything humanly possible to see that we air our opinion and make our voice heard. My fellow Biafrans that are watching wherever you are watching from, I welcome you. We have come once again to expose the secrets of Nigeria, the war they are waging, their lies, their propaganda, their evil, that they know what to repent from. We come here once again to expose this. And this evening, still in continuation of our morning program that we did, it says, in this evening, we choose to speak in a way that says, after the drama of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case in Abuja, what next? After the drama in the court that you and I witnessed yesterday, what next? I know I am not the only one asking that question. Many Biafrans are asking the same question. Many people are worried. Many people are thinking. Many people are looking into various issues. That is why we are here, to continue to ask that question. After that drama that happened, what next? My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, I want you to understand that the battle you saw yesterday was not just about one man. It is a battle of life and death. It's a battle of a people. A battle of a people. More than 80 million people. That was the battle you saw yesterday. And in that battle, you have seen how Nigerian government have been exposed once again in their evil deed. Nigerian government have been exposed once again, and I believe that international communities are paying attention. I believe that the human rights activists across the world are paying attention. I believe that men of conscience are watching. When you see what transpired yesterday, you will ask yourself, how can somebody still think or consider being part of that contraption called Nigeria? More especially a Biafran. On what basis are you going to say, let me think if it's going to work? Because I still see some people today, I still talking about the election. Some fools are still talking about election. Even though these fools claim to be intellectual, they claim to have all the knowledge, they claim to have all the wisdom, they claim to know everything. But yet, when you look at them critically, you see that they are empty. Every one of us have seen the press briefing from the legal counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A very disturbing one. Very, very disturbing. The explanation of the court, of what transpired in the court, is nothing but a drama, just a show of shame. After adjourning the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for almost 3 months, after 3 months adjournment, somebody ran out from somewhere and told us that he cut short his holiday to attend to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of ill health. I want you to note that. He said the reason he gave why he cut short the 3 months adjournment, which is almost completed. He said why he cut short his holiday was because of the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a brother. You see, when the enemy is manipulating you, you need to pay attention. Those enemies that will come and praise you in your presence, those ones that will come and clap for you, ride on, go on, you know what you're saying, I trust you, I am with you. Beware of them. And that is why I say I don't like praise singers. I don't like praise singers. Once I discover you that you're somebody who likes praising people, you come and you shower praises on me, you do this and do that, I become very skeptical about you. I don't like praise singers. Praise singers, more especially when somebody is doing what he or she is supposed to do. I didn't say that appreciating somebody is wrong. You can appreciate people. But when there is a difference between appreciation and unnecessary praise singing, it is two different things. When somebody shows appreciation, maybe because of what you did or whatever, it is right. But praise singing, anybody that's a praise singer, they will exalt you and praise you, and they will never find anything, even correction, even advice, even to call your attention to something you left behind. They will never find it. Somebody that will come and tell you that everything you are doing is perfect. Everything you are doing, you have not gotten it wrong anywhere. And you are listening and you are happy. Only a fool will be happy on those kind of words. Because no man is perfect in this planet Earth. No man is perfect. But when you see people come and shower praises of perfection to you, they make you feel that you are now the most correct man in the planet Earth. Beware. Run away. Run for your dear life. Run for your dear life. And if you don't run, except you have injury in your leg, look for a way to get out of that environment. When this son of Satan came yesterday he started with those praise singing. First of all, the step they took was to play on our emotions. It was a distraction towards the events that are coming up, a distraction towards the event that every one of us is expecting to come, a distraction towards the sympathy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is receiving across the world from non-Biafrans. They wanted to water it down. And Nigeria has mastered this act. The act of watering things down, changing narratives. They love the act of changing narratives. And they played that act to distract those who are going to distract. Now ask me, why would a man who said that he came to court because of the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu all of a sudden reject his transfer to the hospital for treatment, knowing fully well how emergency the issue is, how important the health of Mazi Nnamdi is, as he claimed? One should have expected that as he came into the issue, all you need to do is to rule on the issue. You rule on the issue, more especially rule on the issue on the no case submission, which is right. The no case submission doesn't need to postpone and you rule on it, admit it, not dismiss it. Secondly, even if you dismiss the no case submission, you should approve the transfer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for treatment to the hospital without any hesitation. You should have approved the treatment of Mazi Nnamdi, the transfer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to National Hospital without any hesitation. If you do not want the National Hospital to treat Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of the cost, the legal team has also tried as much as they can beforehand, provided a private hospital, which we are going to foot the bill. The Biafra people will foot the bill. But yet, none of this was put into consideration. And yet, you cut short your holiday to attend to the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, according to you. That was what he said. I didn't say it. You said you cut short your holiday to attend to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of his health. But after the discussion yesterday, did you see any similarity with that very thing he claimed and what transpired yesterday? You dismiss the no case submission. And you rejected Mazi Nnamdi Kanu transfer to hospital. You postponed it. In fact, you extended it and gave it a different, you don't want to reject it completely, then you kept it open, but you suspended it for a meantime. The Nigerian Medical Association that you told to go and provide a concrete information on the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already done it 3 days before that time. They have done it. 5 different professional doctors in Nigeria, not outside, 5 different professional doctors from that same medical doctors association were assembled together 3 days before the time to look into the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they did, and they came out with their finding. Their finding confirms what the former doctor said, and even more, confirmed more, and said that even the situation is much more serious than what the former doctor have seen. Yet, that did not touch your heart. That did not call your attention. That did not touch your heart to say, go and take your treatment and stand your trial. But you came with your pity maneuvering game, even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told you that I don't want pity. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, I don't want pity. That's not what I want. I want to stand my trial. He made it clear that he wants to stand his trial. All he wants is to be healthy and stand his trial. But you came to play that game to deceive Biafrans and distract Biafrans. And at the end of the day, nothing was offered to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remained the same. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot get treatment, and the case itself was not handled. Coming on the case side of the case, you opened your mouth and you said that there is no evidence to the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the world is listening. And the United Nations is listening to you. I don't know whether if they think it's only Nigeria that is watching the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an international case. And the whole world is interested. You came and said that there is no evidence to show that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was a extraordinary rendition. And the United Nations were listening. They heard you when you said that. The same United Nations that have said, giving you 6 months since 2022. Since 2022, gave you 6 months to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and pay him compensation. They were listening while you were saying that. Kenyan court that made a pronouncement and confirmed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegally renditioned and abused in Kenya. That the way in which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya is illegal. Kenyan court were hearing you when you said that. Amnesty International were hearing you when you said that. Finally, courts in about 3 courts in Nigeria that confirm that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegally brought to Nigeria. They were there here listening to you. A court in Nigeria, in fact, said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be compensated, and went ahead and said that no law court in Nigeria has the right to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you say there is no evidence. In this same court in Nigeria, an appeal court freed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, quashed all the cases from A to Z. An appeal court washed the whole case and threw them out. In this same Nigeria. And today, somebody came from nowhere and said there is no evidence. That he has not seen any evidence. That the lawyers should come and prove that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition. Now you have seen the delay. And from all the speech I had, I didn't hear when the next court is going to hold. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear the adjournment. Maybe other people had. I didn't hear the adjournment when the next court will be. The greatest mistake that was made was for the lawyers to even accept to come down to lower court after they have gone up to appeal court and got judgment in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It has never happened in Nigeria before. This is the very first time that somebody went to appeal court, got a judgment in his favor, and then was pushed down backwards to go and start up the case afresh. A case looked into by judges. And to show you how decay Nigeria has become, in this Nigeria, they have what is called Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ. And none of them is paying attention. In Nigeria, they also have the Union of Judges or whatever. The judiciary have their own union. And yet, they are standing there watching law being thrown to the dustbin in their own very face. When we say we don't want to be part of Nigeria, there are so many reasons. We were meant to believe that the system of government Nigeria is practicing has 3 arms of the government. We were meant to believe that the system Nigerian government is practicing have three arms of the government, each one independent on themselves. They have the judiciary, they have the legislature, and the executive. The judiciary makes the law. No, the judiciary interprets the law. The legislature makes the law. They make the law, they pass to the judiciary interprets it, and the executive implement. These three arms are supposed to be independent, each one checkmating the other. No one can override the other one. No one can override the other one. This is what they meant us to believe. But in the actual sense, the only thing that you have in Nigeria is the executive. The judiciary is part of the executive because they appoint the Chief Justice of the Federation. Even in legislation, the people they make their Senate president or whatever is also being appointed by the president. Moreover, they just pretend and tell you that they were elected. Never election. Because if they do it by election, from all we have seen in Nigeria, many of them that came to that Senate president will not be there, including the criminal that is there today, will not be there. But all have been appointed and pushed forward by the president. That is why you have only one arm of government. That is why it is said that Nigerian president is the strongest president in the whole world when in terms of leadership in its country. Nigerian president is the strongest president in the whole world in terms of their local governance. A Nigerian president can keep you alive and he can take your life. Nigerian president can decide to shut down the whole country without anybody challenging him. Nigerian president can wake up one day and fire everybody and discharge everybody. He can wake up one day and decide to sell Nigeria, take the money and put it in his pocket and nobody will question him. That is how dangerous it is to be identified with Nigeria. That is how dangerous it is. When you call yourself a Nigerian, you are exposing yourself to a very great danger. A very, very great danger. Some of us do not know the implication of being a Nigerian. Some of us don't know the danger of being part of this one Nigeria, this British company. You don't know the danger of being part of this British company. If you want to know, pay attention to the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will understand. And some of those think it is about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not just the Biafran, including the non-Biafrans. Other indigenous people in Nigeria think that this issue is about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is not just about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Justice against one. Injustice against one is injustice against all. That is why everybody have to rise up and speak. Don't wait until it happens to you before you will talk. Why do you have to wait? Why do you have to wait until it happens to you before you now open your mouth and speak? I just pray and hope that the international community will wake up from their sleep. I pray that they wake up from their sleep. Because what Nigeria is becoming is unbearable. A terrorist state, very lawless, and is bent on committing genocide again and again. The genocide has been going on in Biafra land, and nobody is paying attention. Now they have come to do whatever they wish they can do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They came to their court. They did nothing. All they did is they went ahead to stagnate the case. They want to keep the case stand still, not moving forward and not moving backward. They only tried to stagnate the case. And they told the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, go and put up your defense. What nonsense defense are you going to put up? When the court is denying the obvious, a court that doesn't have jurisdiction to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I hope that the lawyers will not go into that defense because that will be the greatest mistake they will make. You can only defend when Nigeria has a jurisdiction to Mazi Nnamdi, but as it stands today, they have no jurisdiction. And the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not like every other case. It's a politically motivated case. Prisoner of conscience, a political prisoner. So when you continue to give government this privilege, this leverage on what to do against your leader, they will do what they had to do. And all of us know what they want to do. They want to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by all means necessary. Just like Finland have succeeded in convicting Mazi Nnamdi, which we are going to appeal. That is where Nigeria is driving at. That is exactly where Nigeria is driving at. After Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case, what next should we do? Wherever you are as a Biafran, we must engage in mass international awareness campaign. We must engage in mass international awareness campaign. In this awareness, we are going to be talking about the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the case of Mazi Nnamdi. These are people who are fighting for self-determination. The criminalization of self-determination is something that must not be allowed. This is something that nobody must allow. You see, they just concluded the United Nations meeting or whatever. Every one of them were there speaking about Palestine. Every one of them were there speaking about, but I bet you the number of lives that Biafrans are losing is greater than what is being lost in Palestine. If the whole media of the world can focus on Biafra the way they focus on Palestine, you will discover that the number of lives that is lost in Biafra land is greater than the number of lives you lose in Palestine. But you see them, how they were all rolling in, speaking for the freedom of Palestine, including Nigeria itself opened its mouth to talk for Palestine freedom. Nigeria itself send a delegate, a terrorist, as a delegate to United Nations. A terrorist. That is why when you look at that United Nations, you begin to wonder, what are they doing there? What do they really come there to do? What is the qualification of being part of that very organization? When a terrorist can mount to a podium and be speaking and people will be listening. A known terrorist, the vice president of Nigeria, is a terrorist. If not for anything, by the pronunciation of a court in Canada, he's a terrorist. Apart from that, in Nigeria, he has been indicted. He was the one that created Boko Haram. He sponsored them. Members of Boko Haram were caught in his house, in his governor's lodge, when he was the governor. But today, that man is mounting podium in United Nations, and he is speaking to the world, asking for self-determination for Palestine. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, he is sending soldiers to destroy life of Biafrans and commit genocide. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, he is criminalizing those who are fighting for self-determination. He's jailing people for fighting for self-determination. In Nigeria, they are attacking innocent Biafrans for asking for self-determination. But they boldly come out in United Nations and speak about Palestine freedom. It is sad and a big shame. It is time for us to push for stronger diplomatic push. We must engage in stronger diplomatic push. We will continue to make that push for recognition of our self-referendum. There is something we can do individually. We have people that are in high places everywhere in the world. If all the Biafrans that are in the high places begin to speak and begin to consult their government, I bet you things are going to change. But most of our Biafrans that are in higher places, none of them is paying attention. Don't think it's only Mazi Nnamdi that is connected politically in his country. There are some Biafrans that are more connected in the country where they are than Mazi Nnamdi is. Only that Mazi Nnamdi was the only person that was ready to make a sacrifice. What are the rest doing? The rest people see that he doesn't want it. And sometimes, to an extent, you don't blame them because of what we see today. You don't blame them. The attitude of some of us Biafrans, that when you come, bring yourself low to join in the cause of Biafra, they will insult you. They will call you names. They misrepresent you. They abuse you. They say all manner of things against you. So if you are not called or if you don't have patience, you can't be able to match that dirty energy that they use to fight and claim they are fighting for Biafra. But all the same, wherever you are and you are a Biafran, where you are, you must not come out in the open and speak. In your own little way, in your secret places, in the governments where you belong, in all the groups where you belong, make a case for Biafra, please. Stand in for Biafra. Whisper to places where you are, whisper to them. Those governments where you are connected, those organizations where you belong, whisper to them. There is the genocide going on in Biafra land. Let them pay attention. And we must continue to hold on to our civil disobedience. We must continue to hold on to our civil disobedience. It is a must. We must continue to hold on to our civil disobedience and protest. If you know that protest is what you can do with your group, go ahead and continue to protest. If you know you can engage in the sit at home, go ahead and engage in the sit at home. Any form of civil disobedience that you can be able to apply on your own, with your own group, please go ahead. Go ahead. At the end, we will harness all those efforts, put them together, and we will push. And the wall of Jericho will fall. We should learn to build stronger unity among us. Build stronger unity among us. If there is nothing you can remember, always remember that there is only one cause we are fighting for, which is Biafra. Remember that we are fighting for one single thing, Biafra. Every one of us. We are here for one cause. For Biafra, nothing else. No matter how you disagree, no matter how angry you are, remember, we are here for Biafra. We have to show Nigerian government that they cannot silence Biafra and they cannot silence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Nigerian government thought the courtroom would silence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but listen carefully. They have only awakened the storm. They cannot stop. Their faith and their belief is that they can stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through their courtroom. But you have to show them. We have to show them that they have just awakened a storm they cannot stop. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking and continue to speak through every one of us. You that is watching me, you are the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we cannot be silenced. Always remember that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be silenced. As long as you remain alive, as long as I remain alive, as long as we have a platform where we can speak, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's voice will always be heard. The same thing Mazi Simon Ekpa. They cannot shut him down. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter the pronunciation of him. The voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa will continue to echo loud in you. It will continue to echo loud in me. Every injustice fuel our determination. Every injustice that we feel every day, that we see, fuels our determination. Every betrayal strengthens our unity. Let those who want to betray continue to betray. But at any point in time, every betrayal strengthens our unity. This is not the end. It is the beginning of a greater struggle for Biafra freedom. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiam, always remain focused. Don't allow anybody to distract you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case is no longer a Nigerian affair. Get it right. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer Nigerian affair. The world is watching. Human rights are on trial. Justice is on trial. And the conscience of the international community is also being tested. That is the truth. And we are watching. We are looking. Will the world defend freedom or continue to enable oppression? Will the world defend freedom or continue to enable oppression? The choice is clear. Stand with the truth. Stand with Biafra. Justice for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and justice will always be for Biafra. We are calling on international communities and people that matters, wherever you are. Do not be silent. Add your own voice. My beloved people of Biafra, brothers and sisters across the world, do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. The deception is huge. There's no doubt. The distraction is huge. There's no doubt. But do not be deceived. Do not be distracted. Politicians will betray us. They have always betrayed us. They will continue to betray us. Elites will sell us out. They have always been selling us out. They will continue to sell us out. International powers will remain silent. They have always been silent. They will continue to be silent if care is not taken. But the greatest weapon we have is unity. Always remember that. Our greatest weapon is unity. If we rise as one, if we stand without fear, then no prison, no courtroom, no government can stop Biafra. I want you to understand that unity is survival and unity is victory. Wherever you are as a Biafran, do not be silent. Continue to speak. Continue to act. Continue to air your opinion. Continue to give your voice. They may delay justice, but justice delayed will never be justice denied. In our case, justice delayed will never, ever be justice denied. They may suppress freedom for now, but freedom suppressed will never be freedom forgotten. Biafra is not just an idea. No. It is a destiny. And a destiny cannot be stopped. It is Biafra or nothing. It is Biafra or nothing. It is Biafra now and forever. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okabiano, never to give up, never be distracted. Join your voice in your own little way. Continue to ask for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the full restoration of Biafra. Continue to act. These two things are working hand in hand. And that is why we will not stop joining our voice to support the call for the protest for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We must not stop supporting that. We will continue to promote that protest. If at the end of the day it happens or it doesn't happen, at least we have done our part. It doesn't matter the motive behind it. It doesn't matter who is organizing it. I don't care. All I know is that a protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is worth it. Since we, the Biafrans, cannot conduct a protest in Nigeria because of the tyrannic government, we know, because once a Biafran speak about it, he will be picked up by the DSS. Once a Biafran shows up, they will be picked up. So this time, a Northerner is coming with that, and let's see what is going to happen. All we need to do is to promote it and support it, and make sure that we play our own part in that very protest. For that, we are going to listen to that protest once again and continue to promote it for as long as we can. We will never stop. No matter how they try to make us stop, we will never stop. No matter how they try to weigh our voice, we will not allow them to take away our voice. We will continue to speak. Every time we have the opportunity, every time we have the grace to come out and speak, we will speak and give a voice to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why we will continue to promote it. It doesn't matter who conducts it. It doesn't matter where it's being held. We will continue to promote it. That being said, let us listen to this.
I want to use this opportunity to appreciate Nigerians for their support since I released the first video yesterday about Free Nnamdi Kanu protest. This protest is born out of sincerity and honesty. With the display of shame and disgrace that happened in Katsina last week, we all know that for years Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And as I'm talking to you, Nnamdi Kanu is having and he's battling with health challenges even while in prison. It is rather unfortunate with the display of shame and disgrace that happened in Katsina by the bandit commander. The question we ask, do we have a country? The question we need to ask, do we have a nation? The question we need to ask, do we have a constitution? And if we have a constitution, then as Nigerians, we need to ask ourselves and ask the federal government question, why the double standard? If the bandit commander can come and address Nigeria like schoolboys and address Nigeria by threatening Nigerians, by killing one of the headers, that he will kill more Hausas and Northerners, and he is moving freely. Why should Nnamdi Kanu should still be in prison? The question I ask, why the double standard? And it is a question that every Nigerian should be asking. Double standards by the federal government of Nigeria. And that is why the call for one Nigeria, one voice protest is born out of sincerity and honesty, equity and justice for all Nigeria citizens. One Nigeria, one voice protest. One Nigeria, one voice protest is a national call for all Nigerians of good conscience. It's not a regional protest. It's not a tribal protest. But it's a sincere protest born out of sincerity. I am calling on all Nigeria with good conscience to come out in mass. Those in Jos, Plateau, Kaduna, Kogi, and Abuja to come on Independence Day at Eagle Square to support this call. And I'm also calling on very dark black man to help us. Abuja is your constituency. We are coming from the north. You can help us to call the IG of police in preparation to this protest. The Rapid President, I know you have the platform, and I'm also calling of all the Nigerian bloggers and social media influencers, those with good conscience and sincerity, so that our brother Nnamdi Kanu will be free. I'll bring up subsequent videos in preparation for this call and for this peaceful protest. May God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That is the message of freedom from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have to intensify in this gospel. Continue to preach it, continue to call for it. I don't care. Some of us will be skeptical about it and how it's been held, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have learned to take the positive things that we see. I have learned to attach myself to positivities instead of negative. We must not pick negativity in everything. In every negative thing we see, let us find that positive aspect that we can utilize to our own advantage. Let us always try to find the positive side that we can utilize for our own advantage, instead of always looking at the negative. Instead of let it be about fighting and dragging and saying, I'm the one that did it, you are the one that did it, you did it wrong, you did it right. Why don't we find the positive things in every one of us? And look at those positive things you find and say, because of this, well, let me watch and see. This constant bickering, constant abuses, constant insult, constant demonization of ourselves is not doing us any good. It's not. It's not doing us any good. It is high time we tighten off our belt, because our enemies are serious. They are not joking. The enemies of Biafran people are not joking. The politicians, they are not joking. Go and check them. They are already preparing for their election. They are already, every day, they are creating new security outfits. New security outfits, and they are bent on taking over the land. You go to Biafra land today, look at what is happening in Oru. They are taking over the whole territory, bringing down more tanks. There was a video I saw that before the brother video where one of our brothers, this is our brother, our brother always sing music. What's that our brother name? His own village in Imo State, is under attack. He is saying that in his place, they called them on phone and told them nobody should come back to the village. Josh, our brother Josh, the Josh that used to play Biafra music all the time. Josh made a video which I saw. Josh said he was called from his own village. They told him, no, they shouldn't come back home. That what the military are doing in their places, in Imo State, is that they go to homes, they pick the young ones, and they go and execute them. They pick the young boys in their homes, and they go and execute them. So parents are calling their children, calling their friends, do not come to their village. This is what Nigerian government is doing. And the politicians are the ones that are in the front line supporting this. And they call it peacekeeping. Shedding innocent blood, committing genocide, and they call it peacekeeping. The traditional rulers, who this thing is happening in their village, they can't do anything because the governors gave them certificate. The traditional rulers who are in charge of these villages where innocent lives are being taken, where innocent lives are being destroyed, where genocide are being committed, where mass graves are being digged every day, they don't say anything. They don't give their voice. They remain silent because they want to receive a salary, because they want to see who the certificates of the idiotic certificate that they issue them. They don't say anything. The elites who claim that money and water, they don't say anything. The celebrities, who the masses are contributing money to make them who they are, those celebrities, they don't say anything. They don't care. It's as if they are not living in the same country with their people. The celebrities are not, they don't use their music to speak about the issue. They don't even make a comment about it. We're not even telling you to promote Biafra. Talk about the atrocities the Nigerian government is committing in the area. It's not mandatory you have to mention Biafra. Speak about the atrocities the Nigerian government is committing in Biafran territory. Why is it difficult for you? Why? Can you just tell me why it's difficult for you? The only reason why it is difficult is because you have stayed in fraud for a very long time. And you can no longer survive in a sane environment except in a fraudulent environment. That is why you cannot speak. But as for us, we will never keep silent. We will continue to speak. We will continue to talk at every given opportunity. I will even increase my voice. If I have opportunity, I will be speaking every minute of the day. It doesn't matter whether it is one person watching me, or whether it is two people watching me, or whether they block my platform, or whether they shadow ban my platform. I don't give a damn. If I have the strength, I will be speaking every minute of the day. I know that one day, the men of conscience will hear me. I know that one day, this voice cannot remain just in this platform. I know that one day, those that have conscience will hear our voice and they will look into the matter. It takes only one person to change this situation. It takes but only one person to turn everything around. It doesn't need much people. Only one single person to turn the situation around. And we are going to get there very soon. We are definitely going to get there. No matter how they try to run away from it, we will get there. We will get there. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to be strong. Don't be disappointed. Don't be discouraged. Don't shake in your faith. Continue whatever you are doing and even increase your effort. Chukwu Okike Abiama will see us through. He will never forget us. No matter how difficult or how hard it is now, he will never, ever.
They will come and ask you, oh, what has America done? What is it that I have done? He's destroying our people. He's bringing security. Ask them. When they were killing them in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu house, was it Samanepa? Was Samanepa there? Who brought this security there? When they were massacring them in Umpo, in Onitsha, in Enugu, in Ebonyi State, was Samanepa there? Who was the one bringing the security? Nobody brings security. The only thing that is bringing security to Biafra land is for you because you are in Biafra. It's because you are a child of light. It is not Samanepa. It is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is not nobody. It is just because you are a child of light and they are doing everything to off and quench this light. That's all. It is not me. Because I've been killing you before I come on board to say no. If they come to kill them back, kill them first before they kill. And that's what is going on. And you follow them in case for those who have been deceived. You follow these criminals to be shouting Samanepa is bringing insecurity. You are an idiot. And I hope God will deliver you one day. So you see what you have done to yourself. It is not me. They are not after me. They are after the light that is shining on you. The reason you survive with $20 or £20, that light that made you to survive with £20 is what they are fighting against. It is not me. You are in Lagos today and you are yet to survive.
Did you hear that? This is a very straight and direct message. The fight you are seeing today, they are not just fighting against Mazi Simon Ekpa or against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are after you. It is that light they saw in you. They know we are the children of Chukwu Okike Abiama. It is that light they saw in us. That is what they are fighting. The light they saw in you. That is what they are fighting. They are not fighting me. They are not just fighting me alone. They are not just fighting Mazi Simon Ekpa or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is because of that light that they created the insecurity. The federal government of Nigeria sponsored the insecurity, continue to sponsor it to date. Ask me how. Through the security outfits they form. From Ebubebusu to Nakodo to different kinds of factions. And each of those groups, go and check their record. They have been indicted in kidnapping. They have been indicted in selling of organs. They've been indicted in stealing. They've been indicted in extrajudicial killings. So what else are you expecting? And you people have forgotten that the entire Biafra land protested and said they don't want this, their security outfit. But instead of listening to the people, they forced those security outfits on them. And you think that the people will keep silent? The insecurity in Biafra land today is caused by the federal government, sponsored by the federal government, still continue to sponsor it. They were blaming Mazi Simon Ekpa. Today it is 10 months plus. Has the insecurity stopped? Instead, they increase in their genocide because they now see that nobody is going to protect our people. Nobody is going to speak on behalf of our people. They now see that nobody is bringing the secret war out. Now they intensify in their genocide against our people. They have been able to remove Mazi Nnamdi in the picture, who was defending our people and exposing the atrocity of Nigerian government. So now they feel they can do anything they want. That is the target. That is what Mazi Nnamdi was saying here. It is not about him. It is not about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is about you. It is because of the light they saw in us. That is why they wanted to make sure they destroy every one of us. But I bet you, as long as Chukwu Abiyama lives, Biafra will live. I have said it several times that Biafra is not our project. It's the project of Chukwu Abiyama. We are just instrument in his hand to achieve his own project. And because we are instrument in his hand to achieve his project, we must continue to follow that project. Do what Chukwu Abiyama wants. The victory will come through him when he wants it to come. All we need to do is to do our own part. Don't fold your hand. Continue to do your own part, no matter how little. No matter how little, do your own part. And Chukwu Abiyama will save every one of us. I appreciate everyone that have been part of this our evening broadcast as always. You know, our evening broadcast is always a quick one, 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, and we are done. And we will bring an end to this very program so that people can go and do whatever they want to do. It is weekend. I understand that so many of us have so many other activities. We have so many other things to get engaged with. We have to be with our families. We have so many things to do. So we are going to end the program here. And hopefully by tomorrow evening, I'm going to be here. I will not have morning program on Sundays. I don't have morning program because I have to go to church, go and pray to Chukwu Abiyama, and also preach about Chukwu Abiyama. Then in the evening, tomorrow, we are going to be here, as always, to have our sermon, Sunday sermon as always. So I appreciate everyone that have been with us from the beginning of the program to this time. May Chukwu Abiyama guide and protect every one of us. I pray that no weapon fashioned against you shall prosper. I also pray for our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Nnamdi. I pray for them that Chukwu Abiyama will guide and protect them, secure them, give them strength, grant them complete healing, give them courage, bring them back to us very soon. Fulfill their heart desire. Give us strength also to continue to wait and do that which will make them happy and strong. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafra shall prosper. And no weapon formed or fashioned against our leaders shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again tomorrow evening by the grace of Chukwu. Thank you so much and stay safe. Good night, everybody.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear. Now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, the EJ love. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It's very close and they feel when the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it on. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collect in bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they